Guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh,
We got new intro music, Chad.
hit that robot.
It's actually a keyboard.
Yeah. Welcome to the after party.
What's up?
We got Haley. What's up, Haley?
What's up?
We got Katie. What's up, Katie?
What's up?
We got Luke. What's up, Luke?
You know, I feel like you just got to dance to it. Just what you got to do. We got intro music, you got to dance to it. We got to make it happen. But we're glad you guys are here. It's Sunday evening, 6:12 in the p.m., but we got things going. Before we go further, round of applause, Stuart Luhigo.
Wherever you are, give a round of applause
That's
to
right.
Mr. Stuart
Shout him
Luhigo.
out. Follow him on social media. I'm sure if you just search Stuart Luhigo, he'll be the face that pops up. Right?
He is the man behind the
the
chair.
only Stuart Luhigo.
The man behind the chair, running tech, and Stuart is in 8th grade. So we got a kingdom worker in the house doing some amazing things, helping us bring this YouTube Live after party with the Creek Student Ministry with you, for you, so we're pumped. Katie, Haley, how was your week this week?
So good.
So good.
So good.
How many, your screen time?
Oh,
When you
no.
got
I
a
don't talk about
notification
it.
today, what did your screen time look like? Did it say you went up?
Yes.
An average of
Let's just do this. Just
9 hours.
Ooh. See, I wasn't going to make you that revealing.
Eight
I want to know what was the percentage you went up from last week?
Only
Oh,
10%, but I'm
10%.
gonna say it's that I don't have the auto lock on. Okay, I'm gonna root for myself
No,
here.
I'm for that.
I don't think it was truly 9 hours a day. Music,
Katie, what was your
don't
what was
know.
your percentage
I'm with
up
you.
from last week?
16.
16% up. Luke?
I don't use phones, actually. I'm strictly on the computer now. So if you haven't seen me respond to text messages, that's why. Just kidding. I don't know. I don't see the notification on my phone.
I want to know.
But I am with the don't lock your phone because
Yeah.
you lock it when you want to, not when the phone wants to.
Well, those
You're
of
in
you who
control
are
of
out
your
there with us, I
technology.
want to know, what did your screen tell you this week?
Ooh.
How many more percentages up were you from last week? Mine said 23%.
Whew.
23%. We've got some hot seat questions that we want to get started.
Hey,
Now,
hey.
like we did last week, we're going to do this week. We're going to include our in-studio guests with this, but we want to include everybody at home where you are to engage and interact with us on what these questions are. So when we ask these questions, we're asking the questions to the folks here in the room, but I want you to answer the questions to us in the chat below as we go through this. So last week, we did hot seat questions, and we literally had hot sauce. We're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to try a game, one of my favorite youth group games, Chubby Bunny. Chubby Bunny is a game that you do this. You take marshmallows and you jam as many of them as you can in your mouth, and then we see how you can still talk and communicate.
Stuart, do we have hot seat intro music for this game?
Oh,
Let's
hit
go.
hot seat. It's a hot seat.
When I'm sitting down,
Everybody
this
dance.
is my move.
I hope Micah and Abram are dancing right now.
Just a lot
I
of
hope
fist-
Ron Hiddle is
fist
dancing.
pumps and karate
I hope
chops.
Josh Conley's dancing. Doggone it, Mike Spence better be dancing right now.
Welcome to
Okay.
the hot seat.
So, the hot seat. We're going to ask you some questions. You're going to, and because it's the week of Easter, leading up to Easter, we're in Holy Week. We're going to treat it as such. We've got Peeps instead of marshmallows for Chubby Bunny. And so Haley and Katie and Luke are going to play along with this. And so we're going to ask the hot seat questions, and they're going to have to just wedge and jam the Peeps in their mouth. We're going to start with, what do we say, 8?
Wow. You
8?
ju- Let's do
Let's do 5.
5, the
Let's
pack.
start
Oh
with a
my
pack.
gosh. Okay. We'll start with 5 Peeps in your mouth. We've got 6 questions.
Oh, you know what? I was pretty confident about this before, but now hands-on, I'm not sure.
Suck it up,
I-
Luke.
I'm
I've
gonna
seen
have
you
to-
do I've
I
seen you
can't.
achieve mightier tasks.
This is 1.
Ah, man, I'm about to throw up in this
You
trash
got,
can.
and we were
This
talking
is
earlier,
1.
what's the difference between a marshmallow and a peep? It's like dropping a marshmallow in the sand and then picking it up and putting it in
They
your mouth.
really
That's
do
what a
too.
peep is like. So
Go to the same side,
you're
same
gonna
side.
jam in 5 Peeps.
You guys are
to
already
start.
doing it. I'm not
they're,
even.
They're in.
5?
They're in.
I
They're in the
can
pool.
only choose 2.
Start with 2. I agree now.
You
Start with
guys,
2. You're not playing.
it's for the kids.
I know, but we want to accomplish the game.
Shove those Peeps in your mouth right now.
How many?
Put in 4. Put in 4.
I can only do 2. This is 2.
2? Oh my gosh. Okay, you got 2 in. Haley, you have more than 2.
I'm at 3.
She's
You're
at 3.
4.
Haley, you
My
go
underline.
for gold.
3.
You go for gold,
Okay,
Haley.
I'm stopping at 3.
Okay,
with
you got
3.
3. How many you got, Luke?
I'm about to have 3.
Okay,
I have 2.
you got 2. Okay. So here we go. Each question, you're gonna put another peep in your mouth, and you have to put the peep in your mouth before you answer the question.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So if you're starting with 3, by the time you answer the first question, you need a 4th peep in your mouth. Okay. And so those of you who are playing along, you don't have to shove peeps in your mouth. You can if you want. That would be funny.
This is
But what we
crazy.
would want you to do is answer the question. So as we ask them, we've got some folks hosting tonight. Katie Monahan is over there. I see her. She's wearing a Michael Jordan jersey, and I see Will. Where's Will Hobson? There's Will. I see Will. Will, they're going to help give us some of your answers. So, question number 1: favorite cereal. What is your favorite cereal? Luke, what's your
Dad,
favorite cereal?
So glad you asked.
Really quick, did you know that this Easter season they're selling Peeps cereal? How disgusting would that be?
I'm really about to throw up in the trash can.
Peeps cereal. I'm guessing. What? Luke, I can't wait. What's your favorite cereal?
Oh man, I love so much Raisin Bran Crunch.
Raisin Bran Crunch.
It's the best.
That is
The
my
trash
favorite.
can.
That's my favorite cereal as well. Especially if you cut up bananas and craisins and throw. Oh,
No,
it's
you keep
delicious.
Grapes that are really old that turn into raisins are the only fruit you need in that cereal.
oh my goodness.
Luke, I
That's
didn't
all
see
you
you
need.
put a 4th peep in.
Am I supposed to put a 4th one in?
But before you answer the question, you got to put a peep in. But what is it?
Reese's Puffs.
Reese's Puffs. We've got
Reese's
some people who
Puffs.
like Reese's Puffs. Shout out for
I gotta
Reese's
put
Puffs.
another one in.
Katie Conley, what is your favorite cereal?
Fruity Pebbles.
What'd you say? Come again?
The Peeps are going to fall
Remember, you have a bowl there.
Fruity Pebbles.
People like. Oh, see, you're not
Oh,
alone.
yeah.
You got a big following for Fruity for Haley, what cereal do you like?
Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms. Good job. I'm an old soul. I like Raisin Bran Crunch. I've liked that since I was a teenager. Question number 2. And we favorite superhero. We did this on the tourney bracket this week, right? Favorite superhero. Luke.
Listen.
Get that
I
peep
wish
in there.
You could
Got
just
it.
zoom into this section right here. It's gonna get gross.
Who's your favorite superhero?
Hold on. My favorite superhero
Yes, I'm all ears.
is the Green Lantern.
The Green Lantern. Yeah, the Green Lantern, everybody. The Green Lantern. All right, Katie Conley. Did you put another peep in?
Yes, I did.
Are you sure?
Yes, I did.
I don't know. You're acting like you're talking like you've got 2 in and that's it.
No. I broke them in half.
Who's your favorite superhero?
Hang on. The Incredibles.
The Incredibles?
I don't like superhero movies.
Okay, I love Mr. Incredible. I will take that answer. All right, Haley Hobbig.
My dad.
Oh, your dad.
How cute.
Let's just check. Did anybody else in the chat put Haley's dad, Darren? Did anybody put Darren as their favorite superhero?
You should.
Spider-Man and Cap are winning. This is a hard
Spider-Man.
one for me. I really like Captain America.
No, you can't answer because you don't have these.
I love
You can
Captain
have-
America. Okay. Question number 3. Get your peeps. Get your peeps. Question number 3.
This is number 6.
Favorite place to order pizza?
There's
Favorite
one
place
correct
to
answer.
order pizza from? Make sure you let us know where your favorite place to order pizza. Luke Green.
Stuart, bring the camera over here. Yes. Okay.
Luke, where's your favorite place to get pizza?
The best place for pizza is the one and only Pizza King.
Pizza King. Luke,
It's the best.
I have a question. It sounds like you're clearer now. Are you spitting Peeps out in
No.
between camera shots?
It's
I'm
just
actually
getting
swallowing it.
smaller as it rests
See,
in my mouth.
Not as hard as you thought it was going to be,
No,
is it?
it's the worst. I'd rather do hot
It's not
sauce.
good. Me too.
All right, Katie, put a peep in.
I have Pippin.
No, I did not see you put another peep in.
She is out.
She's got so many peeps in front of her.
Okay, you know what?
And she's like tearing
Okay,
off a cotton
okay.
ball
Yeah, I am.
size.
Okay.
Favorite
so
place to order pizza? I think I know
I-
this
I
answer.
don't like pizza.
Oh my
But-
gosh.
Just get her out of here.
I don't like pizza.
But-
I don't like superheroes.
But I say incredible.
What do you got against Darren Hobbig?
But
For real.
Yeah, what do you have against my dad?
Chicago.
Chicago's pizza. Breadsticks.
I'm a Chicago girl.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Thank you
right.
for calling Chicago. Stop letting out.
Hey, say that again.
Hang on. Thank you for calling Chicago. Stop loving Arlington. This is Katie. How can I help you?
You still got it, kid. Haley, where's your favorite place to order pizza from? Giacomo's. I'm going to go with Giacomo's as well. I love Giacomo's. Okay. Question number 4. Ooh, this is a good one. If you could pick, it's one or the other. If you could slam dunk a basketball or hit a home run in a major league park, what would you choose? A home run in a legit park or a slam dunk on a 10-foot goal? Luke.
Stuart, bring that bad boy over here. Okay, I'm so glad you asked, Chad. Because dunking on somebody is awesome. But I've only done it on a little goal. A home run, everybody's got to watch you run. No matter how slow you are, you can take your time around the bases and the house will watch you.
So, was that a home run? Home run for Luke. A home run for Luke. That's it's a good answer. Katie Conley. Let's get a peep. Okay. A home run or a slam dunk?
Home run.
A home run?
Mm-hmm.
A home run. Haley.
Oh. Dunk.
A dunk. Is there any basketball player from like current or past in the NBA that you'd like to dunk on?
Michael Jordan.
You have to put in like 3 peeps for your next one.
Oh no.
That's horrible. Okay, what did we hear back from pizza? What do people like? People love Chicago's.
My people.
People love Chicago's. What about a dunk or a home run? About even? Luke, do you have an opinion on Chicago's pizza?
It's the best.
Okay.
What?
All right. Next question. Walk-up music. So if you're walking up to do something big, like hit a home run, what would your walk-up music be? What would your walk-up music be? Luke?
Oh no.
I have such a good song. Such a good song.
Tom Sawyer by Rush.
By
Baby.
Rush. Katie.
I'm out.
Katie.
Yes. Lip gloss for little mama.
I
Lip,
need a napkin.
lip gloss. I didn't hear that. Did you say Little Mama?
Little mama.
Is it Lil?
L-O-L.
Lil Mama. Lil Mama lip gloss.
Okay.
And Haley, I think we know your answer, but it might surprise some. What would your walk-up music be?
I think It's gonna be me by NSYNC.
Ooh.
It's gonna be me. It's gonna be me by
It's
NSYNC.
gonna
Now
be
that
me.
surprises some people, I believe.
I know. Fergalicious is only for wedding receptions.
Fergalicious is only for wedding receptions. I get that. I get that.
Yo, Haley wins.
I'm gonna say, you know, there's a lot of songs. I've debated this one, but I really go with my heart on this. No Sleep Till Brooklyn by the Beastie Boys. And the last question I have for you is, when you were younger, what was your when I grow up job? When I grow up, I want to be fill in the blank. What was your when I grow up job, Luke?
Chad, when I grew up, I wanted to drive trains. I want to be a choo-choo train driver.
Choo-choo train driver.
That's what I wanted to do.
Some people call them conductors.
No, the conductor is the guy that like gets tickets, right? Is that true? There's a driver. There's a conductor.
I don't know.
Somebody's got to get kicked off the train.
Somebody in the chat, tell us
Conductor,
what a
driver,
train conductor does.
different jobs.
Katie Conley,
A cashier.
a cashier. You wanted to be a cashier.
Handle
At-
the money.
Handle the money. Like at a grocery store.
Kroger.
Kroger. I love it. Haley, what was your when I grow up job?
A professional cheerleader.
A professional cheerleader. Amazing. I wanted to be a professional wrestler. That's what I wanted to be. Still kind of do. All right. So you guys did great. You can spit out your Peeps.
That was awful.
Yeah, I hate Peeps.
What do you think of Peeps, guys?
Didn't love them before.
I didn't like him before, but now I hate
I would
them.
rather the hot
Does
sauce.
it? Does it?
I
So-
would rather the hot sauce 1,000%.
Yeah.
Really? Oh,
I
I
would
did like.
rather it double.
I found hot tamale seasoned Peeps.
Oh,
I almost
I would-
brought
I
those
think I would.
in.
I would have puked.
Almost brought him in, but I thought that was like, bad math. I don't think that was going to end well for anybody. So we're going to move from hot seat questions to a thing we call face-to-face time. Do we have music for that?
You know it.
Oh, my goodness. This is us.
Oh,
Transitioning.
jams.
Love it. Stuart, everybody.
Face.
Stuart is the man.
Face to face to face to face.
I want to know what Ron
Face.
Hiddle picked for his walk-up music.
For the record, I was correct. There's a train driver and a train.
So face-to-face time. This is our time to get face-to-face with some of our peeps. Get it? See what I did there? With our peeps.
Haha. Good one.
Okay.
Just letting the jams go on, Stuart. Killing it. Hey, that's a fresh beat though.
That's a
I
great
like
one.
that.
Are we good for our face-to-face time with some of our friends?
I hear some
Oh,
people.
good.
in
So
the
what we're
chat.
going to do tonight is, last week we had the Rolfsons on, and oddly enough, in that house, we have basically a whole life group there. There were so many Rolfsons from middle school and high school from our ministry. This week, we're going to bring an entire life group on. So we've got some of our junior girls. Are they there? Can you hear me, girls?
Yep. Yeah.
So we're going to go around and do a little roll call here. This group is with Lisa Caldwell, Maddie Smith, and Miss Sarah Humbird. So can we go? We're going to just start with, I don't even know. I just want to do a roll call. I want everybody to introduce themselves, and I would love to know what your favorite cereal is. So tell us your name and your favorite cereal.
I'll start. I'm Sarah Humbird, one of the leaders. I would say my favorite cereal is probably the Captain Crunch Berries.
Captain Crunch Berries is a big one in our house. Good
Yes,
pick,
right.
Sarah.
Good one.
pick.
It's a good one.
Who's next?
I'll
I'll
go.
go. Oh no, go Grace.
My name's Grace, and my favorite cereal is Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Hi, Grace. How are you, Grace?
I'm good.
Good. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Who's next?
I'll go.
Go for it.
Okay. My name's Emma, and I like Frosted Flakes.
They're
Frosted
great.
Flakes. They're great. They really, really are. Hi, Emma. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm so great. Who's next?
go next. I'm from Sydney Break, and I like the cinnamon life cereal.
Did I hear life cereal, cinnamon life cereal?
Life.
Mm-hmm.
I heard mice cereal, which is not a cereal that I've had before, but you know, that's
Awesome.
what happens.
Hi, Sydney. How are you? Good, good. Who's next?
I'll go next.
Do it.
Hi, my name's Ellie, and my favorite cereal is probably Lucky Charms because of the marshmallows.
Oh, you
'Cause
gotta
of the
have the marshmallows.
Yep.
Have you ever had the box with all marshmallows?
Here's the thing. What's the difference between that and Peeps you just had? And you complained about the Peeps, and that the Lucky Charms marshmallows really not that big of a difference.
Oh, huge
Oh.
difference.
No.
Yes.
No. Ellie, we miss you. You doing okay?
Yes.
Good. Thanks for
I
being
miss
here.
Too.
Who else do we have? I know that we've got Lisa and who's gonna go. Do we have anybody else?
Yeah,
Who's that?
I'm here, Chad.
Who is this?
Grace,
We have 3 Graces, so 2 of them haven't gone yet.
Well, Grace,
Linville.
Grace Linville, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
You're doing fantastic. What's your favorite cereal?
It's a tie between Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Raisin Bran Crunch.
Ooh,
See,
Raisin Bran Crunch.
Yep, that's me and Luke's
It's good.
favorite. Who else is next?
My name is also Grace,
Oh,
and my favorite cereal is Cheerios.
Cheerios. Do you like your straight up Honey Nut or multi-grain Cheerio?
Just the straight original Honey Nut.
Straight up.
like
OG.
you're giving it to little babies.
OG. Who else we got? Who's next?
I think it's just me.
It's Lisa.
Lisa.
My favorite cereal is actually shredded wheat, which makes me sound baby.
Very healthy. Lots of
The-
fiber.
The mini shredded wheats are so the
I
frosted
like the mini frosted
Yes.
shredded wheat.
Now
Like it has to have a little sugar on it.
I have a question. Do you remember the brown sugar? They don't make them anymore. I'm
I
sad.
think so.
They're so good.
I also only buy my cereal at Aldi, so my selections are slightly limited. But I do have giant bags of just Charms marshmallows in my pantry. So
That's the
I can add
dream
them
right
to
there.
anything.
we are going to put you in the classified area of a prepper now. That's what you have. You're hoarding that. Okay. So
Right, that's what I'm hoarding.
so we're gonna play a board game. We did a board game last week. So we know here in the studio we all have Oreos. I believe everybody there has an Oreo or at least a cookie. Everybody, let's see your Oreo or your cookie. Cookie up. All right, so we're going to do the Oreo face race challenge. Something we want you to do, this is one of those board games that we want to teach you. Again, it's BORED game. So when you're at home and you're bored and you don't know what else to do, hey, this week, get an Oreo.
Put
Luke,
it on your head.
talk us through the difficult
Oh,
instructions
man.
on how to play this game.
So this is like a level up from the just throw some Peeps in your mouth. So you take an Oreo, and if you want to get real crazy, you can do the mega stuffed. But just take an Oreo, you place that right on your forehead like this.
Oh, boy.
Right there. And then when someone says go, you try and get that cookie from your forehead into your mouth without dropping it. And if you drop it, you got to put it right back on the top of your forehead and start again. And it's a race.
Okay, so Oreo on the head, no hands, and you got to get it to your mouth.
Look, Ma.
All right. So we're going to do this for 1 minute. 1 minute. Let's see who wins the Oreo face race. Are you ready?
Oh no. Yes.
Yes.
Let's go.
On your mark. Get set and go. Okay.
Oh no.
Oh, I was so close.
No.
Ah!
I got it. I
Who won? Who got it?
I got it.
Katie got it?
Katie got it.
Yeah.
Katie got it.
I love this music, Stuart. It's so good.
Keep going. Sarah Humbert, you're almost there. Look at Sarah going for gold. Look at Sarah going for gold right now. She's almost. Oh! You guys are doing so good. Okay. Did anybody in the Zoom call get an Oreo in their mouth?
No.
I am the champion.
Okay, so Katie Conley is the winner of the Oreo face race. So
Insane.
this week, we want to see you just record yourself doing the Oreo face race. You
have somebody else record you. I feel like
or
that'd be
have somebody.
a
That's
really
true.
difficult task.
Yes.
You know, but there are such things as like propping your phone. I mean, it's possible in these days and age. But record yourself somehow and let us see those videos. Tag us in them. There are so many people. Who do you most want to see do this on video? That we know.
Emma Foster.
Emma Foster would be a really, really good one. Emma Foster, we're calling you out. We want to see you do the Oreo
Calling
face
you
race.
out.
Who you got, Haley?
I was going to say Ron Hiddle.
Ron Hiddle?
Yeah.
Yep. I'd love to see Ron Hiddle do this. Lisa Caldwell, who would you like to see do the Oreo face race this week?
Oh, my son Will Caldwell.
Will Caldwell,
Yeah.
gauntlet has been thrown by your mother. Play the game. We want to see it. All right, girls, we've got a couple of questions that we just want to ask you really quick. Kind of moving in a little bit of a different thing here, and we want to hear from all the high school students. Okay, so high school, you junior girls, answer these questions for us. Okay, and I don't care who goes first. I just want to make sure that all you students get a chance to answer. First question is this, and we'll just ask both. Okay, there's two questions. Question number one is, what is God teaching you lately? What's God teaching you? What have you been learning? What's God been teaching you lately? And then the other question is, how are you seeing God work in your life right now? Okay? How are you seeing God work in your life? Who wants to start us off with those two questions?
I'll start.
Let us hear.
Okay, so for me, I don't typically get to go to like life groups and everything, and because I'm always at practice, because yeah, that's all I do. But last week I actually got to go on Wednesday, and it was super fun. I actually got to see everyone, and it really like helped get closer to God. And I feel like He's showing me different ways to like serve, even during this pandemic and everything. So yeah.
That's awesome. What's one way that He's shown you how you can serve in this very unique season?
Okay, so my neighbors across the street, they're really old. So me and my family, we went grocery shopping for them, and we gave them some of our groceries and dropped them off there, so then they didn't have to go to the grocery store and risk them getting sick. So yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome. That's awesome. Great job. Great job. Who's next?
Confidence in action right now.
I can go.
Hey,
How about Ellie?
let's go.
Is that it? Who is this? Is this Grace?
Yeah.
Okay, Grace.
So God's teaching me patience lately, patience with my sibling, patience with my family, and just patience like with everything getting canceled. And I've gotten a chance to hang out with my family before. I was always really busy on weeknights and not able to eat dinner with my family a lot of nights. So it's been nice to sit down and play games and eat with my family every night.
Oh man, what a great answer. Great answer. Okay, who's next?
I'll go.
Oh, awkward.
Oh my goodness.
You got it, Ellie. You got
Okay.
it.
You got this, Ellie.
Okay. So I really enjoy like physically going to church and physically serving people, but now obviously I can't do that anymore. So I think God is really teaching me that like you can still have a relationship with Him even if you're not physically doing something, and it's kind of forcing me to like take my faith into my own hands, I guess, and to like open the Bible myself instead of just going to church and having people tell me to open my Bible. It's kind of forcing me to do it myself.
Kind of putting it in your lap a little bit, taking some ownership of it. That's awesome. That's great. And just as we go through this, we want to hear from you guys, leaders and students. We want you to answer the same questions that these guys are answering too. We want to hear how you see God working in your life and what you're learning through all of this as well. So make sure that you put those answers in. Who's next in the life group chat? Is it Emma?
Well, he's taught me to be thankful in being around my family and friends, and I've just seen him working. Like I can see it in our community, how we find creative ways to encourage each other.
It's a great answer. I do have one more question for you, Emma. Have you done the Spider-Man challenge during the pandemic quarantine time at all?
I have not.
You have not
yet.
We're gonna need you to do that. We're gonna need you to do the Spider-Man challenge at some point.
I'll do it.
Okay, great. All right, who's next?
I'll go. I think in my life,
Is this
before
Grace?
all of this,
Is this
yes,
Grace?
it is Grace.
Hi, Grace.
It is Grace. Hi. Before all of this, I was really busy. I was either at practice or at church or just constantly doing stuff. And so with all of these closures, I've really had to just like sit down and stop moving. And I've had to spend a lot more time with my family that I normally don't spend with them. So like the other Grace said, I really had to practice my patience being in a confined space with a lot of people. But I think I'm just growing in my faith and just in community with my family, I think.
And what's one way you've seen God working?
And my family?
Just in general.
Really specifically, my grandpa is actually about to pass away. And because of this break, my dad specifically has been able to drive every day and go to the nursing home and see him. And I think that's really cool that just the timing of everything he wouldn't be able to see him every day if it wasn't for the break and the closures and stuff.
Grace, if we were all together, we would give you a giant hug. Thanks for sharing that. We're going to be praying for your family and your grandpa. Okay? Who's next?
I'd say that God has taught me the concept of being able to show up for people without being physically.
Did you say ways to show up for people without being physically present? Yeah. That's a head scratcher there for a while, especially out of the gate, isn't it? A little bit like you want to jump in and do something now and you don't know how, and that's kind of been frustrating for a little bit. What's God been or how can you see God work?
I see him working through other people in the ways that they have practiced that.
That's awesome. Is there any other student who hasn't gone yet? Okay, then I'm going to pick on Lisa Caldwell. Lisa, you get to answer those questions now.
God is definitely teaching me a lot about slowing down and resting. I have thought a lot about the fact that in scripture, when God's people were taken into captivity to Babylon, they were taken into captivity for 70 years because they had not allowed the land to. God ordered them every 50 years to have a Sabbath year for the land, and they hadn't done it 70 cycles of that. And so they chose not to have Sabbath. He literally forced them into kind of a Sabbath away from the land. And I keep thinking about that a lot of us, including me for sure, I don't rest well, I don't take Sabbath time well. And so I feel like, and it's kind of a common theme people have said, that we're having almost kind of an enforced Sabbath. And I'm really prayerful that what we'll learn is what we want to do differently when all the restrictions are lifted, go back to normal, like what will our normal be? And are there things that God wants us to reevaluate about our choices and our busyness? I think there definitely are for me. And what was the second question? Did I answer that one? I can't remember what the two questions.
No, that's great. How are you seeing God work?
I do love that I'm opportunities and creative ways to serve people and love them. Especially with calls and notes, and cards and letters, and I feel like it's so overwhelming. It's so big, like who to stop and help, who to do something for, who to reach out to. And so it's teaching me to really rely on him and to decide for who he's calling me to reach out to and serve. And so I love the way that he's moving and teaching me and showing me that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, we're gonna bring some of you guys back here in a little bit, and I'm gonna wait to get some of these answers from one more person that's sitting up in the top left-hand corner of our screen, Miss Sarah. We're gonna bring you back on in a minute, but we've got some two folks from the group, Grace Linville and then Sydney Brake, who are gonna give us a tour of their crib, aka their room. So we're gonna see your cribs. Grace and Sydney, are you prepared to show us your crib?
I have not prepared very much, but I'm sure it'll be a lot.
Then that means we are on the edge of our seats right now, leaning in. We're ready to see what you got for us. So I think we're gonna shift some things over. What did we hear in the chat from how we see God working? While we wait to get those girls' rooms up.
What's going on?
Learning how to be patient.
Learning how to be patient
is big. God's timing, not theirs.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to give a shout out to our seniors. We
Mm-hmm.
love all you guys. We miss all of you guys. My heart this week just broke
Mm-hmm.
For all of our students, our seniors especially. I just want you to know we love you. We recognize that this is a thing that across the globe everybody's dealing with. But I'm sad for you, but I just think about what God is going to be able to do with you and through each of you and your story, because these are defining moments and defining times. And I'm just excited to see the kinds of opportunities that you have to point people to his glory and his hand at work. So, okay. Sydney, Grace, I think we got you up and ready to go. Who wants to go first, Sydney or Grace?
I vote Sydney.
Sydney's going first? Okay, Sydney. Show us your
played,
crib,
Grace.
Sid.
Well played.
Can you hear me?
Thank you.
Oh, I can hear you.
Well, I also don't know how to flip this camera around, so we're just gonna do this.
I love it.
Okay.
Corner.
So there's a corner.
That's where I sleep.
There's your bed.
A few windows.
There's a
There's
mirror. Hey, Sid. See ya. Hi.
There's my bucket hat.
There's your bucket hat. Where are your chacos?
And that's it. My chacos.
Yeah.
They're right in here.
There's your chacos and a Hawaiian shirt that you wore for Ron on Wear It Friday. Wear a Hawaiian shirt on Friday Day.
Oh yeah, it's hanging up right here.
There it is. There it is. That's awesome. You got a great room, Sid. Thanks for sharing your crib. Grace, are you ready?
Well, currently my room is a blanket fort.
You made a
Yes.
blanket
So-
fort.
Yes.
Whoa.
Here we go. We got
Awesome.
the lights,
That's
tribute
amazing.
of Sydney. We got our tree, and then an air mattress, a giant bean bag. There's my bed. And then we
Grace,
got the speaker set up for our projector.
That's
Oh
amazing.
Not
my
on.
gosh. You are set for
Got the
college.
desk.
I want that.
So
That room, how long have you had this blanket fort with lights? It looks like a big top in there. How long have you had this up?
Sydney, how long has it been up?
before quarantine.
Yeah, it was before
This
quarantine.
happened
We were here
before
like every day watching
quarantine.
movies.
So that this wasn't like.
And then, but you saw how many sheets there were. The thought of taking it all down is too much. It's too much.
That is a
I
lot.
just like that this wasn't a thing. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna build a fort in my room since we got nothing else to do. You did that before the quarantine.
Yeah, we did it. Yeah.
You're an OG, Grace. That's what we
You're
like.
an
That's what we love about you.
It's amazing.
Right.
That's what we love about you. You need to be like a weather girl because you forecasted this a long time ago. You are ready to go. Good job. Okay, so we're gonna move from cribs and we're gonna bring Sarah Humbird back on. We did not leave her out or ignore her necessarily to be mean or anything, but we want to highlight some people each week while we have the opportunity to do so. Hey, Sarah, how are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
Hey, there's some other people in here who want to say hi to you, your roommates.
Hey, Ruby.
Hi.
Hi.
So what is your favorite? What's your favorite cereal? I don't know if I heard you say what your favorite cereal was.
The Cap'n Crunch berries.
Crunch berries, that's right. And where's your favorite place to order pizza from?
Brozini's.
How did I not say Brozini's? I changed my
I don't
answer.
know.
It's
The
not
good answer's
Giacomo's.
Pizza King.
It's Brozini's. That's my answer. I had Katie and I split a calzone yesterday from Brozini's. The only thing I'm
Have
mad
not
at,
had a calzone.
yeah, the only thing I'm mad about is that I split it. It was awesome. Well, Sarah, we want to talk with you just for a few minutes because we have several medical workers that are volunteers in our student ministry. You are one of them. And this is a time where we kind of just have opportunities to put some people in the forefront and maybe put a spotlight on them, not because you would ever choose that to be the case, because we know that you don't like that. You don't want to be in the spotlight. And, but we said we don't care. Because what you're doing in this season is worth just allowing our students and our leaders and our families to take note and have opportunities to hear from you, but also opportunities to say thank you for all that you're doing. And so I want to ask you the same two questions I ask everybody in your life group. But to you, Sarah, what are you learning right now? What is God teaching you in this season? And then how are you seeing Him work?
Yeah. So I think right now, God's really teaching me just to step back and just be with Him. I think as introverted as I am, it's really easy for me to still find distractions, to still be go, go, go. And I think now, especially, on the days when I come home from work, there's a lot of times where I just want to distract myself with something else. And I think God's really showing me, just sit with me, be with the Father, commune with me. Go back to the basics. And in that time of solitude, focus on praying. We have this initiative to pray for our community, pray for the 317, pray those big, bold, courageous prayers for the healthcare workers who are on the front lines. Fortunately, I'm not necessarily on the front lines, but I have a lot of friends who are. So praying for them, praying for stamina, for courage, for strength, just for what they need to get through the day.
And so how are you seeing Him work? How are you seeing Him work in your life right now?
Sure. I think now more than ever, we're reliant on community. I think, community looks a lot different right now, but it's still there. We have people showing up at our doorstep, dropping us off cookies. Thank you, Sarah Insminger, for dropping those off today. So just people are showing up in ways that we haven't seen before. I think we're forced to be creative in the ways that we show up for people that we love, and people we don't know, for our neighbors, for our coworkers, for students. There's just lots of different ways that God's working through us, and I think working through others as well. And we talk about in our series at church, our priorities of worship, service, generosity. I think all of those priorities are kind of at the forefront. And incredibly timely with what all is happening right now. That's
awesome. One last question before we kind of do one more thing is, do you miss 9 round?
Trainer Chad, yes. It's just not the same.
It isn't.
It's not the same. I'm with you.
I'm so glad I've got Katie and Haley, though. They keep me going, but it's not the same.
we'll be punching it out
Miss it a
together here
lot.
very soon. So
Can't wait.
awesome. Well, hey, we're going to bring your life group back on right now. And for those of you who are with us at home, we just want you to take an opportunity to write in just some words of affirmation and some thank yous to Sarah, because Sarah, we're so grateful for the things that you're doing day in and day out. We're praying for you. We love you. We're in your corner all the way. I know your roommates, they got your back.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to ask Ellie Thompson when she comes back on. Ellie's going to pray for you. But make sure that in the comments you just show some love and support and encouragement to Sarah Humbird for all that she's doing out in the medical field. Oh, here come the girls. Hey, girls.
Hey.
Welcome back. Is Ellie on? Ellie Thompson?
I don't know where she went.
Don't know where she went?
Yeah, we're just
She was in the waiting room with us.
Okay. Well, I see Emma. Emma, will you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Okay. Will you pray for Sarah Humbird?
Oh, here comes Ellie.
Ellie? Emma?
Hello?
Hey, Ellie. We're so glad you're with us. Emma, will you go ahead and pray? Now that we got everybody back on, will you go ahead and pray for Miss Sarah?
Yes.
Okay, great. We're going to pray.
Wait.
I think it's Ellie.
Okay.
Ellie and Emma.
You guys, whoever wants to pray, one of you can. You go ahead. We're going to pray
You want me
along.
to, Emma?
We're going to pray with you at home and here. So one of you guys go ahead and pray for Miss Sarah.
Okay. I'll do it. Okay. Dear God, thank you for just Sarah's heart and just her passion for her job and for serving those around her. I just pray that you would continue to use her in her line of work, and that she would just be able to show your love to those around her, and that you would just have people come around her and encourage her to stay strong and just keep working hard. Thank you for putting Sarah in my life to be a leader, and I just thank you for everything that you do. It's in your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thanks for praying.
Thanks, Ellie.
Guys, highlight of my week, seeing you all. I hope you guys are doing well. Can't wait to hang out with you all soon. You guys have a great week, okay?
Bye, Chad. You too.
See you guys.
Peace out.
Bye.
Okay, we're going to cut to, we got like just a few more bases to touch and then we're done for tonight. The next thing that we want to move on to is the Your Turn Challenge. The Your Turn Challenge of the week. Now, the Your Turn Challenge is something that we see every Monday. It's on our social media feeds, on Instagram. This week, it's all about a trick shot. We've got a trick shot from one of our high school boys, from our freshmen. Oh, yeah. That's our trick shot music right there.
Yeah.
That's your turn.
Get your shots up, everybody.
Okay. We're going to watch a video of a trick shot. This trick shot was performed by the Cooper Rolfson. I know that a man named Ivan Weaver helped him with this. He probably had help from others. But watch this trick shot at home that Cooper put on this week. Watch this video.
Keep going. Keep going. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
Crazy.
That's amazing.
Well done,
Oh my gosh.
Ivan and Cooper. Hoops for days. And golfing. Golfing for days.
Get it.
So
I
it's your
love
turn
those
challenge.
socks.
You guys create
awesome.
a trick shot more elaborate than that thing you just watched. And tag us in your post about it.
Well, we want to see it, and the best trick shot of the week gets a free pizza.
Oh, yeah.
So we will deliver a pizza to your house for the best trick shot. We will pick it. You've got to submit it. You've got to show it to us. Tag us in it at the Creek Student MSM or Creek Student HSM, and we will pick a winner and bring you a pizza. Pizza.
We won't bring it to you. A paid professional pizza delivery driver will bring you
all right.
the pizza.
So we've got some announcements that we want to share. Haley and Katie have some announcements.
That's right.
For sure.
Why don't you tell us some ways that we can stay connected this week so we know what's coming up?
Yes. Okay. So Monday through Friday, still we are doing our soap study. So that is posted every morning at 10:30 a.m. Right, Chad?
10:30 a.m.
10:30 a.m.
Eastern time.
Eastern time, not Mountain time. On the Instagram story, so you can take a screenshot of that and then tell us what scripture it was, what you observed, what you applied, and your prayer for that. We would love to see that and tag the Creek's Instagram so that we can see them. And then on Monday is the Your Turn challenge. So you want pizza? Do a trick shot. Let's see it. And then Tuesday is tournament bracket cereal edition.
Ooh,
I
Fruity
hope Lucky
Pebbles is the only
Charms
winner.
wins.
We've already established
Look at
that
that.
Raisin Bran Crunch.
Get
no,
outta here.
that's
Is
for
the
old
winner.
people.
How
Okay.
was he doing when I was
Oh.
15?
Wow.
When you were 15.
Yeah, I'm an old soul.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
35.
I can eat it, but I'll pick the raisins out. Okay, Wednesday. Wear It Wednesday. I bet you can guess it is Jersey Day. Go Ravens.
Jersey
Dogs.
Day.
Representing Nathan Scott in the house tonight.
So weird.
One Tree
the
Hill. It's a
best.
jersey off of a
Yeah, okay. Comment.
TV
wonderful.
show.
Comment
Nathan
on
Scott.
this. Are you Team Lucas or Team Nathan? I would love to hear from you guys.
Team Luke for days.
no.
Team Nathan.
4 days.
All the way.
The amount of people who are just got question marks floating
Yeah,
over
'cause
their
they have
head
no
right now.
idea
They're
what
like, I don't
One
know
Tree
what
One
to
Tree
do.
No,
Hill.
I bet
Check
you're
it
going to
out.
be surprised. And then Wednesday night, 7 p.m., live worship on the same YouTube live channel.
Same bat time,
Yep.
same bat channel.
Same
We will have
thing.
worship,
Wait.
live worship again this week on Wednesday.
Yes, 7. And then follow it up right after with Zoom calls with your life group.
Absolutely.
So, yes, it is so much fun. Last week was so awesome. So, we're really looking forward to this week, too. Thursday, TikTok top 5.
TikTok top 5.
I can't say that
top
too
5.
fast.
TikTok top 5.
I'll trip
I'm
and fall.
trying to get in it. So, be looking, huh?
Team Nathan. That's what I'm talking about.
Ooh, Naylee forever. Okay.
Guarantee
I do
Jared
like
posted
that.
that.
Haley.
Haley's
She may be the best.
She's the
character.
best. I think
Yeah.
I wish I were named after her. I don't think I am, but it would be cool. Okay. Friday. Oh yes, and don't forget on Tuesdays and Thursdays there will also be the 3-minute Devo. So make sure you check those out.
That's right.
Friday, Netflix party movie night. The movie to be announced. Will that be the same thing? We can
Yeah.
kind of vote on
On
it
Wednesdays, we're going to set out
Okay.
a poll. You get to
Yeah.
vote on what you would like to watch
Perfect.
on Friday night at 8 p.m.
8
There
p.m.
you go.
And then Saturday, step back challenge. No screens. I realized that.
Yeah, you did all the
I
announcements.
did
It's
all
all
the
right.
announcements without you. I was just on a roll. I started talking about Nathan and Haley.
I let you go. It's
What's
okay.
next Sunday, though? Why don't you get
Hey,
us for next Sunday?
Sunday. Guess what? Happy Easter, y'all. Happy Easter. Check in at 4:30, and there will not be.
We will not have that for Easter. Next week we won't have our watch party, but we will be having our Easter services online. So make sure you jump on with
Perfect.
your families and worship on Easter.
Heck yeah.
I wonder who's dressing up for Easter this year.
I probably will, but then I'll keep my peep toe slippers on.
Oh yeah.
Will Hobson said he's going to wear the rabbit costume.
Oh
Bet.
yes.
For,
Bet. I'm gonna get the duck suit.
The
I love it.
duck suit.
Shouts Maddie B.
All right. Before we sign off, guys, we've got one thing that we want to be able to do. We saw John Krasinski do this, aka Jim from The Office, and who doesn't love Jim from The Office? Everybody, you start those questions like, on The Office, which character are you? When you ask that, when dudes ask that question, they want people to say Jim.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody ever gets that.
No.
You're usually Toby.
Toby.
Creed's the best.
Daryl would also not be a bad answer. But John Krasinski of The Office, he's done something on social media that I think is pretty awesome. He just says, in the news, you don't hear a lot of good things in the news, most days, especially right now. So he's sharing some good news, some good story news. We want to talk about how we can be the good news in our segment here, Be the Good News, before we close out of here. And so there's just been a lot of things, and some of the students on Life Group, in that Life Group chat, they talked about it. There's just some notes that I've kept just from this week on how we've seen some middle school students and high school students from our church in our youth group help be the good news of Jesus in their community, and kind of like the phrase has been show up, how you can show up for people. So I got a list here. We're just going to go through them really quick. We saw lots of middle school and high school students chalk tagging their life group leaders' driveways and sidewalks, leaving some encouragement behind, even praying for their families and their homes before they leave. I know that Cassidy and Morgan and Ruthie and Bella and Natalie and Libby and Grace and Sydney and so many more were doing that for their life group leaders. That's love, awesome. Love, love it. We've seen some middle school and high school students leave yard signs in their life group leaders' yards, and also into some other their friends from their life groups' yards as well. I know that the Incencios went out and they tagged all of their, Nena was putting signs out for all of her freshman girls. We just love that. It was so cool. Oh, man, this was so great, man. We saw several birthday caravan parades this week. So Cade McDermott is an 8th grader, and some of his life group guys and their families showed up in a caravan outside of his house and surprised him and sang happy birthday to him. We also know that Will Hanna, one of our freshmen, his life group did the same thing. And then I think it was yesterday, Ashlyn Smith turned 18, and her life group all showed up. And I saw the video of that, and I started crying. It was so sweet. We saw many middle school and high schoolers dropping off encouragement cards and goodies and snack bags for their life group leaders. I know that Emma Foster, a freshman. Tell us that story really quick, Katie.
So I was watching the governor announce that we're not going back to school. And I'm a teacher. I'm a kindergarten teacher, and it's my first year. And so when I heard that, I started crying, and my doorbell rang. And I walked downstairs, and there's sweet Emma Foster with a goodie bag. And I opened the door, and I have my makeup's ready. And she's like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "I just want to hug you." But it totally changed everything for me that day. I went from hearing that I wasn't going to be able to see my students again for the rest of the year to I had a high school student show up thanking me. And I was just like, man, thank you. Total God thing, the timing of that.
Oh, that was so awesome. She did that on behalf of her life group for all of her leaders, giving quarantine snack bags. We saw students and leaders who were coloring and drawing pictures for nursing homes. I got a few
awesome.
right here. I don't have a lot of hands, but I've got some color pages.
That's awesome.
Some color pages, because in the nursing homes right now, one of the things that the nursing homes are asking for, and if this is something you want to do, let me know, because we can get them into the hands of the right people. But they're asking for coloring pages and pictures to be drawn so that they can put up into the nursing homes, because they're not allowed to have any visitors right now. We're seeing how some students, and we just heard about this, are picking up and dropping off groceries for shut-ins. We have several notes that are being written and cards that are being given out to medical workers. Some life groups have served at the church in our food pantry as we're collecting all of the food and then distributing it out to the community. We've got our Zoom life group meetings that are happening. If you haven't done that, you have got to get in your life group on a Zoom chat. It's the best. But this is so cool. We know that there's an 8th grade guys group that met 3 times this week.
That's so awesome.
I love it. They met 3 times on Zoom this week. The same group. We've had several students FaceTiming with grandparents and other loved ones, writing encouragement notes and thank yous to through email to teachers and coaches. We had Will Caldwell drop off a handwritten letter to each one of our family members this afternoon while we were just finishing up lunch. Our doorbell rang. We went to the door, and the next thing you know, we're all smiling around the table because of Will. Thank you, Will. Katie Berry. Oh, my goodness. Katie Berry is a senior at Southport High School, and she made a prayer request box, and she placed it out on her front porch. That way, if there are neighbors who are out going for a walk, they can put a prayer request in her prayer box, and Katie and her friends from her life group are committing to praying for her neighbors and their families. Katie,
love that.
You're a stud. That is awesome.
That's incredible.
Phone calls, text messages, social media posts, you name it. Our middle school and our high school students have been bringing a little bit of heaven to earth this past week in a big, big way. So with all this news, right, obviously see we got a lot of good news to report. You guys are doing
sure.
such a good job of
Yeah.
being the good news. It reminds me of a passage of scripture in Mark chapter 9, verse 41, where Jesus says, I tell you, truly I tell you, any one of you who gives a cup of water, even a cup of water in my name, because you belong to me, then you will certainly not lose your reward. Guys, we just want to encourage you to keep bringing a little bit of heaven to earth by being the good news of Jesus for somebody else. Keep showing up for one another, all right? Remember to wash your hands and then
That's
go
right.
on out
Yes.
and wash someone's feet. We love you. We're
Mm.
praying for you. We miss you. We cannot wait to get to do all this stuff together soon. But until then, we worship a God who is good and he is faithful and he loves you. You are known, valued, and loved as a child of God. And we can't wait to see you on Wednesday for worship. Guys, you got anything else you want to say?
Have a great week. We love y'all.
Love you guys.
That's it. Eat a peep. How about some peeps?
No, don't.
I have a lot of
I-
peeps you can eat.
I don't even want to look at
You
them.
got anything you want to add?
Man, have an awesome week. We love you so much. And happy early Easter.
Yeah.
Happy early
Go
Easter.
Ravens.
Go
Oh,
Ravens.
my
Go
goodness.
Dogs.
We'll see you guys later. We love you. Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.